I am.
Welcome to Brett's World. This is to my YouTube channel, YouTube fans. We are doing take one of practice for the D-type individual for DISC. Okay. Okay. So people in general, you've got two types, right? We've got the extroverted or introverted, and yes, that is the correct spelling of extroverted. We have our lovely individual that actually looked it up, and we know the correct spelling now, so which is awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, extroverted or introverted, outgoing or relaxed, fast or slow pace. You know, you got the tortoise and the hare type situation. Assertive or calm, bold or cautious, direct or indirect. And we'll come back and talk about these more in a second, but just get an idea of what exactly extroverted compared to introverted is. People or task or people oriented. Focused. Skeptical or receptive. Oriented more towards logic or versus relationships. Challenging or agreeable. So in a meeting, you'll have people that will raise their hand up and they want to voice their opinion. You have other ones that will be quiet and they won't say anything. But we'll talk about more of that in a second. Different personalities. Not personalities, but habits. What is it? It's not habits.
Starts with a B.
Behaviors. Thank you. So DISC style. Remember when we talked about extroverted and introverted? So we've got our quadrants. It's like a little cross, like right there. And we have our quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have your extroverted, fast pace up top, introverted, slow pace, and people and task oriented. So if you think about that, if you fall in one of those different areas, if you look up to the top, you know, in this quadrant right here, you're going to be what?
Which one?
This quadrant right over your top right.
Extroverted and people oriented.
Extroverted and people oriented. Okay? So this is our DISC quadrants. We have D, I, S, and C. So D, I, S, and C, DISC. And we'll go in more in depth with every single one of these with our beautiful assistants as they talk about them. But I do want to talk about, let's start with the first one, D. What does D stand for? Can you read that for me up there?
Yeah, dominance.
Dominance, yes. When you think of something that's dominant, what do you think of?
Forceful.
Forceful. Can kind of have a negative connotation to it, right?
Yeah.
Can.
I
It
don't
can mean
like
something.
people dominating.
Nobody likes to be dominated, right? But it's just their dominance. They hate, doesn't mean they're bad, it's just how their behavior is. So these people are just more, they're quick pace. So some ways to describe them: direct, they're daring, they're a little more bold, willing to, you know, get in there and get things done, rather than being skeptical and holding back before they actually tackle the task at hand. Results oriented.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they like results. They like to get to ask 1, 2, and 3, and 4 rather than staying at task 1. Domineering, forceful, and abrupt. A lot of those can sound negative, but they're actually can be very positive. Okay, and about 18% of them are D of the population. Seems like a high percent, right? But there's other ones that are a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, D, extroverted, task-oriented. You remember when you were talking about the quadrants? We have our D up here. We have our extroverts, and task-oriented. And we have our introverts, and we have our people-oriented, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they are going to be task-oriented, that task at hand, they want to get things done. But yet they're very extroverted. They like to be very spoken. They like to be, I wouldn't say loud, but they're boisterous. They like to use their voice more. They tend to take direct action and rewind.
There's no rewinding. Just go.
They tend to take the direct action and expect quick results. They want things done now. They want to get things taken care of. They just don't want to wait. They don't want to go buy a camera. They're going to be ones like, this is the most popular, let's go get it. Instead of saying, okay, well, we need to look at A, B, C, D, E, and F. They're guarded in expressing emotions and allow others to be involved. They don't poker face. Competitive, loves a challenge, take risks. They're the ones that, like, during games, they want to win. Decisive and forceful. Some famous D's. We've got Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Bill O'Reilly, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Charles Barkley, and a bunch of other ones down the list. What's funny is if you look, you'll see when we talk about the other characteristics, they all have names of people that are all in common. So keep your eye open for the other ones. And you'll see like Darth Vader, Buzz Lightyear, Shrek. Keep your eyes open for the other ones down the line. But can you imagine if Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, if they weren't at type D, how far they would have gotten? They could have probably gotten far, right? But being very assertive and like the competition, that drove them and made them want to become better. So D is a great person type of behavior. Some careers, military leaders. Can you imagine like a drill sergeant? Head football coaches and CEOs, they need to be assertive, they need to get things done. Okay, what do they do best? They love to take charge. Get things done. Let's do A. Once we're done with it, let's do a B, C, let's get it done, let's move on. Decisive risk takers. Fearless, no obstacles is too big. They'll take it on, they'll grab the bull by the horns and get it done. Right? Have attitude. Ensuring bottom line results. What's hard for them? Competitiveness. They don't like to repeat themselves. They like to just get it done once and move on. They'd rather fail, or they'd rather make a bad decision than no decision at all. Being diplomatic or sensitive to other feelings. Once again, they don't care about their feelings. They're more task-oriented. Ensuring bottom line results. I already did that one. Being patient, not patient people. Definitely, they're probably the worst people with patience. Rules and regulations, they don't like saying you need to be in these parameters. They want to open up their own doors. They want to open up their own angles. They want to have freedom of choice. Opening up, not shy, but private about personal matters. So they will be the first ones in a big crowd. They will be up front and they will tell you what to do, but they're not going to show their emotions. They just want to get things done and they want to make sure everybody's moving along with them. Listening, they are the worst listeners. They do not like this at all. How to identify a D? They are extroverted. Once again, they like the crowds. Not necessarily people, but they like the big crowds. Walk quickly with their heads up, very confident. They talk more than they listen. Usually talk first. They aren't often friendly with coworkers. Do not enjoy small talk. So if you're ever going to go into an office with a D, you say, do you have 5 minutes? Always plan on doing it under 3. Say, do you have 5 minutes? And then say, you know what, I'll do it under 3. They are very direct, sometimes short. Get to the point. Once again, you have 5 minutes? Yes, but I'll do it in 3. So quick, short, decisive. They speak fast and loud, usually in short sentences. We don't need wordy stuff. So write an email to them. You don't want to write a paragraph. Just say, this is the question, can I have the day off or can I have Friday off? I don't need to know about your sweet Aunt Susie going to the hospital and getting surgery. It's not that they don't care, they may not care, but it's more of they just want to know what you want. They're impatient, very impatient people. how to communicate with the D. Once again, 3 B's. It's not Better Business Bureau, but be brilliant, be brief, and then be gone. Get out of there. Right? Bottom line it, never use unnecessary details. If they need more details, they will ask. Be brief once again. If they want to know more, they'll ask for more. Use 10 words when 5 will do. Speak and write in bullet points. So with your emails, once again, I need this, 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 and this. Don't write the sun is shiny and all these details about nothingness. They don't want to, they don't care. They just want to know what it is. Stay on topic, focus on the big picture. They aren't detail oriented at all. They want to know the big picture, they want to see it, they want to get it done. Never repeat yourself or ramble. If you can't speak clearly, think of what you need to say beforehand, go talk to them, be brief, and be done. Don't ask about their personal lives, because they don't want to tell you about their personal lives at all. Ideal environment, freedom from controls, supervision, and details. Once again, they don't like parameters, they love the open room. They love to express themselves, they like to expand, take their arms and spread them instead of having them hold close to them and having to stay with the parameters. Yeah. Innovative and futuristic. Ability to give opinion, they will always voice it. Don't worry about, you always know where you stand with them. If you ever offend them, they'll tell you. But the great thing about that is they will forget 2 seconds later. Freedom from routine, challenges, and opportunities. Once again, they love those challenges. Company B is at 5,000 points this month. We're at 350. We need to get to 700 this month. Let's do it. They like the competition. They want to get it. They want to be the best. Under stress. So once again, these are high Ds. So this is like complete behavior of D. Other people are going to have different parts, so it might kind of, these are just high Ds. They keep themselves, so under stress, they're demanding, short-tempered, nervy, aggressive, egotistical, explosive. Okay, once again, the good thing is, you know where you stand with them. They won't hold it. But at the same time, just be short with them. Be quick to the point. So, now we're going to move on to our I style.